It's been a minute, guys, and I'm back. So the time is 5:45. It is V early, and I have a lot to do today, and so I decided maybe today or this week I'd take you along with what I'm doing. I also have some fun updates about life and what I'm doing these days. I feel like on YouTube I haven't kept up with updating people a lot, so excited to share. Also, dude, look at that. That sun is gnarly. Just pulled up for sound check, and love what they've done with the place as far as the renovations go. Gorgeous. Beautiful. So this is my base area, my mini pedal board here. Looks like I'm playing behind a ship.
I think it's one of the other. We can get you like a Britney.
That's easy. So it's 9:50 at night, and I definitely forgot to vlog half the day. So I guess we're gonna have to try again tomorrow. But Chris and I just got off the Instagram live. I'm delirious at this point, but Chris McClarney and I were answering questions on Instagram about Kickstarter and the things we're doing at Real Fun Records. And yeah, I'll fill you in on more of that tomorrow. My brain is fried right now, and I definitely forgot to film like half of the amazing things that happened today. But yeah, just remembered like holding my phone in my hands like, oh yeah, I was supposed to be vlogging today. This is why I am not a professional vlogger, but I'll catch you tomorrow. All right, it's day 2, trying this vlog thing again, but just left Planet Fitness back there and ran into an interesting conundrum. You know how when people are trying to hold the door open for each other and like sometimes you'll get stuck in line or something for a while just holding the door for people? This felt like Tetris, but with that situation. One guy held the door open, and there's a lady coming in, and another guy in front of me held the door open for her, but then the opposite way, there were 2 guys coming, and I don't know. All right, so life update-wise, I wanted to tell my YouTube subscribers about something I've been up to. So as many of you know, I work in the music industry, and working in the music industry has a lot of challenges. And it's just the way the system is set up, it's difficult because as a touring musician, you go on the road, and I did the math, it kind of averages out around $250 a gig for what I usually get. I mean, there's some that pay way more, some that pay way less. But it kind of averaged out over like a couple years to be $250 a gig. So, with that number in mind, it's, you know, in order to make a living wage, I'd have to be out on the road like 1/3 to 2/3 of the year just to make a living. So a lot of musicians, including myself, will start to look at things like recording and songwriting to not spend our time on the road, but to still do music and be home to build a life with a family and, yeah, to still do music. But even then, the record industry right now, a musician has never really had ownership of the thing that they record. So say I go into a studio and I get a day rate of $500 or whatever, already double what I would get on the road. But that $500 is all I'll see from that song ever. And typically that $500 is for like 4 or 5 songs that we do during that day. So I'm averaging like $100 a song to record on something. So I mean, essentially, at $100 a song, I'm tapping out of anything that song makes. So if that song goes on to make $1 million, I'll have only seen 100 of that million. And the crazy thing to me about that is, like, you think about songs you hear on the radio. I mean, there's dozens of hands that touch it as far as music creation goes, programming, editing, producing. But if there's a dozen people and the song makes $1 million and I got $100, it doesn't seem super fair. If we had dreamed up this system together, like the watcher, you and me, we would definitely not have come up with a situation where we say, okay, I'm going to pay you one time a very small fee and I get to have the reward of that for forever. So I mean, how many songs a year would you need to do in order to survive as a recording musician? And then in both scenarios, you're talking about situations where if you don't play that day, you don't like make any money. So I get that in some instances, in some industries, but in the music industry, the asset that is created like goes on to make more and more money. So it's just a weird situation. And for artists too, it's been a really weird scenario for the last 15 years, 20 years, because traditionally a record label, you know, when I was a kid in the 90s, even movies like Wayne's World and all glorified a label to give artists validation and platform and all that stuff. Like if you had a deal, if you were signed, that meant something. And in today's music, I guess, experience, especially with streaming being a thing, that's really not the case anymore. People have direct access to upload their music to Apple and Spotify and Amazon. Like, it doesn't have to go through a label to get in front of people, or get to the marketplace at least. But these deals have continued from the old model. So essentially, an artist will be given anywhere from like 5 to 20%. Usually 15% is like you're an established artist and you're getting 15% of the master income. So what happens when you're an artist and you sign a deal? Essentially, you sign for 15% of the income that the master recording makes, and usually the label will give an advance, and this is somewhere around $5,000 to $10,000 a song. So $50,000 is a pretty typical artist deal, and you have to recoup that advance, meaning you have to pay back that advance at the rate of your deal, which we're saying is 15% for an established artist. So if you do the math, like you're given a $50,000 loan that you have to pay back on 15% of all revenue that's generated before you start seeing a penny of streaming revenue, or sales or whatever. I mean, the label makes over $300,000 before you see a single penny. And it's like a weird system because labels can also add to that recoupable amount. If they throw you a release party at your label, they can often, and often do, add those expenses, the cake, the, wine, whatever they're buying for the party, they'll throw onto your recoupable amount. So no longer is it a $50,000 loan, it's a $51,000 loan, and the record just came out, so you haven't made any money, so you're already starting $1,000 extra in the hole. And as an artist, you had to make that whole record on the $50,000 that they advanced you. So, it's a tough situation for artists to crawl out of a deal and actually be able to make money with their records. So they often will have to be on the road, which, again, like there's money to be made on the road, but it's building a life away from family. And it's just the system right now is set up in a super weird way. And me and my friend Chris decided to try and break it. Another day at the studio. Gonna get started with some coffee. All right. So, what was I saying earlier? I had to go back and look at what I had previously said. But yes, Chris and I are reimagining what it looks like to be a record label in this day and age. Because if we're honest, we don't need record labels. We have direct access to upload to all those places. So distribution is a totally different game than it used to be. Like, I don't know how to get my CD in Target. So yeah, that's a tough thing. But Spotify now, yeah, we can do that. So we're dreaming up a way to make this happen, and the biggest thing we were thinking of is taking the loan out of the record industry. If an artist is no longer held captive by that debt until they pay it back at a terrible rate, we can all make money from day one. And we can also attach everybody who touches that song or the record to the success of the record. So bass player, guitar player, drummer who might have been paid $100 before to play on something now get a percentage of the earnings of that song. So now a drummer, a bass player, guitar player that had previously only been paid $100 a song can now be attached to a percentage on that song. There's no loan that's being paid back from this music, so if it wins, we all win with it in a big way, and no one's paying someone back. So we all take the risk up front to say, I believe in this artist, I believe in this song, I want to play on it. And I mean, realistically, Chris and I have been talking about this for almost a year and a half, so there's a lot in there that is simplified just for the sake of this video, because this is like an update video. It's not a explain everything video. We do have a Kickstarter though, which is fun, and the Kickstarter is the idea that one record that would normally cost $50,000, if we crowdfund one record, we can basically break the mold and go in together, like do it the traditional way with paying people, but then also giving them the percentage on top of it. So our hope is to raise $50,000 for one record. The idea is one record breaks them all. If we fund this record, we can break the system, which we are already doing. So it's more about getting 5,000 friends to give $10 each, so we can change the music industry forever. I feel like I should make this video slow motion. So a couple people asked, like, since you're doing a record, who are you doing the record for? And the fun thing is, Chris and I have started a band kind of behind the scenes that is going to be open to all of our friends. It's not just Chris and I. It's not just the normal musicians that play on all of our stuff. It's our whole community. We can all write for it. We can all be artists that are a part of the collective. So we're starting within our group of friends that already lead worship with us and already write with us, and then slowly expanding the gates of who, or like what songs we choose, essentially. And so if we write a song with a church in Nebraska, and that church in Nebraska wants to do it at their church, like we could collab as our band and their church and help them release it for free. So our band is technically the artist, and our band is called Good Things Collective. You can go check it out at Instagram, on Instagram, at GTCO Music. That's it. Good Things Collective.
So the fun thing is, I edited this video. It was 20 minutes long, and I premiered it on YouTube. And apparently there was like a corrupted frame, and it just stopped after 14 and a half minutes. So I took the video down, and don't remember what the last 5 minutes of the video were about. Obviously, it's not that important. But if you want to check out Good Things Collective and support that record, you can go to the link in the description and yeah, support the Kickstarter. There's only 70 hours though, so unless you're seeing this right now, probably won't matter in the future. But yeah, check out Good Things Collective on Instagram, and hopefully we'll be able to do this record. If not, no big deal, but wanted to let you guys know what I've been up to. All right, I'm gonna go back to drinking coffee.